The brainchild of musician Doc Hammer and former The Tick writer Jackson Public, The Venture Brothers is a very interesting kind of animated comedy. On one hand, it's an angry, biting parody of the boy adventure genre, Johnny Quest of course being the most prominent target, and on the other, it's a heartfelt essay on the very nature of failure, but I'll come back to that at the end. The show follows the many misadventures of the Venture family. Father, Dr. Thaddeus Rusty Venture, an insecure, substance-abusing former boy adventurer, an inspiration for the fictitious Rusty Venture cartoon series, who runs what remains of Venture Industries, once a leading global corporation established by his super scientist adventurer father Jonas. However, since Jonas's death, the company has declined to a shadow of its former glory, now only occupying a small portion of the vast and deteriorating Venture compound, which serves as the backdrop for many of the show's episodes.
Yes, Dean, you're a big man now. Brock and I are...
Ladysmith, lots of muscle!
Stand by! I have traveled from an incredibly distant star to observe the ways of your planet. You have the honor of representing your entire race as my sample subject.
Brock, there's a 12-foot man in our pool pointing a beam at my head. Do something?
Brock Sampson, voiced by Patrick Warburton, is the Venture family's knife-wielding, ultra-masculine, Led Zeppelin-loving bodyguard, described by his enemies as a Swedish murder machine, on loan to the Ventures from the OSI, the show's G.I. Joe stand-in. Brock also loves to make frequent use of his license to kill, just like James Bond.
I think you may have got the kidney. I don't want to die alone. No, don't go.
I don't think I hit your kidney.
No, you totally did. Please. Hold me.
Well, look, I'm pretty sure I missed the kidney. I mean, you could bleed to death in like 4 hours, but,
I see a tunnel. I'm scared. Could you stroke my hair?
Look, you are not gonna...
Could you sing to me? Could you sing a technotronic song? Maybe pump up the...
And of course, how could I forget Hank and Dean Venture, the titular brothers from which the series derives its name. Dean is the smarter, shyer of the two, while Hank is the dumber but considerably more outgoing one. Hank also happens to worship the ground Brock walks on and wants to be just like him, to the chagrin of everybody else.
Do you even know how many baby angels you just killed by saying that?
Oh my glory! You're right! What's happening to us? We searched for freedom. Landed us in jail.
The Ventures being very unusual heroes, it's only right they have a very unusual arch-nemesis in The Monarch, and his second-in-command, the clearly Jackie O-inspired Dr. Girlfriend. You know, I actually hesitate to call these two, or their army of minions, villains. While the Monarch himself is pretty passionate about screwing with Doc Venture for reasons that are made hilariously unclear, he often ends up playing the hero more than a few times throughout the show's run.
Girlfriend. I even did that cool spin thing.
It's a bit of a cliche.
Alright, I have another idea. I'm Brian, you aren't here! This is how it's done? Honestly, what are you doing, you retard? No word!
Yes, it is.
Did he just cut me off?
Retard is a hateful word. We don't use those slurs.
I'm your arch enemy! I'm not gonna use bungling foods or meddling kids. It's not my style. That guy needs to get a thicker skin.
The average episode essentially breaks down like this: a cold open followed by the gang encountering a 60s cartoon setup, be it ghost pirates, a trip to the Amazon, crazy robots, that sort of thing. Self-aware jokes, nerd, and pop culture references are made, tons of cartoon violence is indulged in, and everybody has a lot of fun. This is all well and good, however the show doesn't really heat up in my opinion till the end of the first season, when the audience is introduced to the Guild of Calamitous Intent, an organization originally founded to help save mankind from self-destruction, but which now serves as a placement agency, matching supervillains with their appropriate heroic nemesis. The amount of amazing comedy material that comes from this simple idea is just staggering. The idea of breaking down the famously complex hero-villain relationship to the stuff of a workplace comedy is something I never knew I wanted until Venture Brothers gave it to me.
So I'm just gonna take this off as an arch. If you could just sign here, there's a little space for comments. I guess you could say I was absolutely menacing.
The supporting cast on the show is just huge. So huge I could easily do a whole video just on them. They're all well-rounded and very charming, as they need to be, as many of the episodes are actually devoted to the side characters. There's the Venture's house tenant, necromancer Byron Orpheus, who's a little Dr. Fate and a lot Dr. Strange. Business partners Peter White and Billy Quizboy. Hell, two of the Monarch's henchmen even get whole storylines focusing on them. And that's not even counting the Johnny Quest characters who show up from time to time. FYI, to avoid copyright problems, Johnny Quest is just called Action Johnny, and Dr. Zinn is just called Dr. Z. Their appearances are few, but very, very funny.
Dude, put your hand out up, man. But no father. You don't look like Jesus, bro, all right?
My daddy died while I was sleeping.
Oh, he had a father. Well, now you're f***ing free, man. Let's go. Come on, I want to see those hands up. Oh, wait. Action Johnny's hand isn't up. Why is that? Does he not have a father? No! Father is caring and protecting men, and I don't have one of those. No. But who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Now, at the top of the video I said Venture Brothers is a show all about failure. In the commentary for the episode Home Insecurity, Jackson Public said, and I quote, "This show is actually all about failure. Even in the design, everything is supposed to kind of be the death of the space age dream, the death of the jet age promise," end quote. Being born when I was, I'll never truly understand the Kennedy-era go-get-'em super science state of mind, or the letdown of the new frontier, but watching Venture Brothers I honestly felt like I could. So, if you're in the market for a show that's a little more outside the norm, little strange, and a lot of funny, then Venture Brothers is the show you need to check out. I can't guarantee you'll laugh all the time, but you might find something that speaks to you personally. Oh yeah, and David Bowie is also a character in the show. If that doesn't win you over, nothing will. Until next time, I'm the TheDVDGrouch. I was late to the party, but now I'm glad to be here.
There's a star